Holiday your heart out at Old Navy. Today only, all of Old Navy's cozy sleepwear is 50% off. Plus, get 40% off your entire purchase now at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Sleepwear valid 11/16, 40% valid 11/15 to 11/20. Exclusions apply. See store for details.
Blog Talk Radio.
Alternative facts.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. At 12:07 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, numerous unidentified objects of unknown intent and unknown origin were detected at high altitudes over multiple locations of Earth's outer space by the National Radio Astronomy Observatory, and these objects are presumed to be some form of controlled aircraft. It is not known if more of these aircraft will arrive, or if they will attempt entering Earth's atmosphere. United States citizens are encouraged to monitor local media outlets, as more updates will follow as information becomes available. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. Attacks by the undead have been reported in several states across the country. The dead are rising from their graves and are attacking the human race. At this time, it is expected that more attacks of this nature will occur in several other states in the next few hours. The intent behind the attack is unknown at this time. It has been observed that a bite or exchange of fluids is a method of transmission. This is an extremely dangerous situation if they crave the taste of human flesh. It is not known whether this event will last for hours, days, or even longer. Stay calm, as authorities have been dispatched to deal with these creatures. An all-clear siren will be sounded when this situation is under control. Pacific Standard Time, nor is detected a long-range nuclear missile launcher. This missile is believed to be headed in the direction of all residents within a 400-mile radius of this area should seek a fallout shelter immediately.
Welcome to Within the Chaos with your host, Rodney the Viking Shortridge, co-host Melinda the Raven Jackson. Want to give a big old shout out to the Facebook Paranormal groups that allow us to post our shows on their pages and helping us to get the word out about all of our guests. Also, a shout out to the Connor sisters. Hats off to Misty and Ashley. They are the founders of SOS Sisters of Salem Paranormal Research Society and host of their podcast, Paranormal Party. You can find them on Facebook under Paranormal Party. If anyone would like to speak to Black Diamond Paranormal Society, BDPS, to discuss your paranormal questions or issues, go to our website at blackdiamondps.org or email blackdiamondps@yahoo.com. As always, our services are free.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. You can listen in by calling 516-387-1922, or you can go to the Vibe Radio Network website at Blog Talk www.vibe Radio Network. For deep within the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, I'd like to welcome everyone and thank you for listening to Within the Chaos. My name is Rodney Shortridge, and I'll be your host tonight, along with my beautiful raven, Melinda Jackson. First off, I'd like to give a shout out to my cousins up in Ohio, Jennifer and Joe Shortridge of 222 Paranormal. If you get a chance, check out their talk show. You can find them on Facebook under 222 Paranormal. Well, tonight our special guests are paranormal investigators, the Lone Wolf, Aaron Oakes of Lone Wolf Investigations, which I got a message earlier. He's kind of down with some medical problems and issues that he might be listening in. I don't know if he might call in and answer some questions, but I got his teammates on of Supernatural Serenity, Dan Box, and Jay Wyrick. Now, if I said your last name wrong, Jay, you can correct me in a minute. Everybody else does. But first off, I want to talk about, out in California, our thoughts and hearts are out to all the amazing folks out there in California that's dealing with these wildfires, and to all the emergency responders and workers. They're working so hard to protect lives and homes. I just want to let you all know that us Virginians have got you back, and we're with you.
58 dead, 300 missing.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Did you see where they had the inmates helping too?
Oh, hell, they're going to end up having a whole damn state.
I know.
California burning. Everybody said it was going to go in the ocean. Hell no, it's going to burn. So how was your week since you?
Good week. Good week at work. Just morning sucked, but I had so much ice, it was crazy.
Too much ass.
I had ice.
Oh, ice. God, girl.
Didn't put my business out there.
I don't know. Like, damn, she's sitting here talking about, I was doing the naughty, till like 12 o'clock a day.
Ice.
Ice, baby. Yeah, it got a little icy around here. That's what happens when you live in the mountains. But so beyond that, everything else good?
Everything's good. You?
Well, I'm still live and kicking. I know it disappoints a lot of people, but fuck y'all. Fuck you haters. The lovers are loving all to death. Thank you for got my back and all that good shit. But I was wanting to also, congratulate Aaron and his beautiful wife. Having a birth of their little one. I can't remember if it was a boy or a girl, so he's gonna have to forgive me on that. But our hearts go out to y'all and enjoy that baby because they grow up fast. So with that being said, you got anything else to add?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh shit. Well, it's my honor to welcome our special guest. And I don't know who's on the phone, but whoever's there, hi, I'm Rodney.
Hey, Rodney, I'm Jay.
Hey, I'm Dan.
Oh, we got them both on one phone. Hell yeah.
Awesome, yay.
There we go. So how you men doing tonight?
Doing great. Excited to be here.
Yeah, good, nice time of the day to kind of relax and have a good conversation.
Well, that's one thing about us. I love to shoot the shit. So, and don't be like my guest from last week. Don't be offended if I didn't do my research properly.
Oh no!
And you sit with me and hang up on me. I mean, I can deal with it. I'm a big boy, but give me a heads up before you hang up on me.
That was crazy. He broke up with you like an old girlfriend.
He did. He broke up with me. I mean, he deleted me, blocked me on Facebook and everything.
Right, well, if you see how upset we are right now, I tell you.
I'm fucked.
They're gonna key your car.
They're gonna key my car. They're gonna key the bike down in the van.
Yeah, we'll show you a crazy ex-girlfriend.
Oh Lord!
I got a couple of them.
Y'all all wait until Colorado, and you're gonna come out here, Virginia, just to burn my car down.
Well, I do got family in North Carolina, so I have some place to hide pretty close. So.
Oh wow. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
It is if you're behind a man saying "squeal, baby, squeal."
Well, I'm not in prison, so I don't got to worry about that too much.
We're gonna have a great time tonight. I
We really are.
Well, which one of y'all want to go first? It doesn't matter. Tell us a little bit about yourselves and what got each one of you all into the paranormal world.
Dan, did you want to go first?
Yeah, sure, that's not a problem. So I got interested. I've been wanting to do investigations for a long time. I just never really had the opportunity or was with the wrong people, mainly exes and stuff, that weren't really interested and were afraid that I'd bring something home with me. I grew up in a house in the Midwest that was built in the 1880s. And, that doesn't necessarily always mean anything. However, I had a lot of experiences there. Shadow figures. I can tell you one story, sitting in my room with my little brother. I was like probably about 9, playing G.I. Joes or something, and there was this ball of light in the corner, and something called my name. And both of us just sat there. We looked at each other and said, "Did you hear that?" Yeah, and we both just screamed and ran out and calling Dad. Objects moving, things like that. And that's where I grew up, and it became almost like an everyday part of life. So, and I've been around the country and the world and experienced lots of different things. Now I'm getting serious and say, okay, now I need to, look at it from a different perspective other than just experience.
Okay.
And that's over the last 30 some odd years.
Oh, you ain't telling your age, are you?
yeah, I am. Yeah. Or trying not to.
Most people try not to. Me, I don't give a fuck. I'm getting old, and it is what it is, man.
So, I mean, I lived in Europe for a couple of years. I mean, I was in the military for about 21 years. Now I'm really showing my age.
Well, I want to thank you for your, Veterans Day just passed, and I do. I have nothing but utmost respect for anybody that's been in the service, and I do. I thank you for your service. And our president's a dick, and he disrespected you all by not putting out the wreath. And I just want to put that out there.
Don't forget about the weather.
Oh, well.
I mean, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, Stephen or Jay was also in the Army. I was in the Air Force. He was Army. I won't hold that against him, though.
That's because I did some work and you didn't.
We have like sibling rivalry with the branches of the.
Yeah, I got family that's Air Force. I got family that's Marines and Army and National Guard, and they all run around like my dick's bigger than the other one, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah. Mom loves me more than she loves you.
Yeah, but that's what I hear all my cousins and uncles and stuff. Oh, it's especially when we're having family events, and it's like, oh my God, here we go.
Yeah, but have just one person come up and try to disrespect any of them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Then all branches are all over that one person.
Yeah, I pity. Like Mr. T said, I pity that fool.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. We give each other shit, but we still back each other up. It's always going to be. It's kind of like if you have a brother or something that you guys used to fight all the time. Nobody can pick on that brother or sister except for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what you all go through, I mean, it just, like I said, I've never served, but, I've got a lot of family that has, and I have nothing but utmost respect. And And I know the rivalry, but I also know you fuck with one, you fucking with them all.
Exactly.
After I've been at a bar with some of my cousins, man, and they sitting there talking shit about each other. Next thing you know, somebody comes up, starts running their mouth, and they all jump up. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
That's about what it's like.
That's why all military bases are like Mad Max.
Exactly.
Hey, we actually got to investigate at a military institution, and I was really surprised they even gave us permission to do it, but it was all a hush-hush thing, and I can't really talk about it, but wow. When we went to the gate, they was excited we was even there.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
As partially decommissioned camps are pretty lonely most of the time.
Well, have you all had any experience, during y'all's military careers?
I did.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I lived in Europe for 3 years. Got some really cool, funky stuff that happened to me in some of those places, like thousands of years of history. Of course, we have that same thing here. It's just that our history isn't go back as far with our, settlements and stuff here. I was stationed in Idaho, and I was renting this little house. I don't know if it was one of those. Do you remember those Sears and Roebuck houses where you could actually buy a house through Sears?
Yeah. Actually,
and build it.
Yeah.
Oh, you live in one now? That's cool.
I'm living in one of those. Yeah, I remember. Every time I get up, I'm like, what? Sears?
I did not. I didn't even know about those until my dad told me about it. And I was like, really? You could buy a house out of the catalog? He's like, yeah.
I knew that when I was like
7. But I think the house was from the 30s. I don't know. But, some weird stuff happened there. I had a roommate, and she was in the shower, and a washcloth came flying across the bathroom and hit her in the face. Wow. So I would wake up, sometimes my covers would be moving by themselves. Honestly, I didn't find any type of malevolence there. It was more just, in my mind, it was just like a little sweet old lady taking care of me.
Take care of me, Mama.
Well, that's what I felt. I felt it was very nurturing, so I didn't have that. I've seen some, well, I wouldn't say scary, but had, just those weird vibes where you're like, something's not right here, and that does not seem like a nice thing. So, and then of course, just things here and there over the last 30 years, 40 years.
Okay. Well, how about you? Let me see. Okay, please forgive me. Which
this
one
is
am
Dan. I was just talking. Dan was just talking. Yeah.
Okay, she'll keep up with you because I can't keep up with shit.
Man, I can't even keep up with what I'm doing. What are you talking about?
Shit, he's gonna hang up now. Fuck that son of a bitch. Damn, I'm out here 15 minutes in the show.
Oh, you're not the first person to forget my name, and you won't be the last person.
Shit, sometimes I forget my own name.
Yeah, I do too. I forget my own damn kids' names. I'm sitting there going through a list of people.
You have to go through them each one until you get to the right one.
Yeah. Then I finally got to the point where I just point out, you!
Well, growing up, that's exactly what I thought my name was. Hey, you, come here. Well, huh? What?
Yeah, my name is Jesus Christ. My brother was some bitch. I'm serious. Every time Dad get pissed off, Jesus Christ. Yes, Dad. Some bitch. My brother, yeah, what do you want? I'm on point tonight.
You are.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, who we talk to? Which one? Who's going to ask what?
You want to ask Jay what the same question
Jay, I'm going to ask you the same question I just asked earlier to the other dude.
I see you forgot the
I
question.
already forgot my name.
So the answer could be anything. That's awesome. All
Pretty
right,
much.
So,
Well, if I ain't dating you or fucking you, I ain't going to remember your name.
And maybe not even then.
It's one of those you have to cut your arm off, get out of the bed.
that Coyote Ugly syndrome, huh?
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
That's a tequila night.
Oh, don't even talk about those nights. Oh, Lord. We'll be talking all night.
Oof. Tequila, yeah, that gave me alcohol poisoning twice.
Vodka did it to me once. Yeah.
Never was big on
dark.
vodka.
Oh, vodka. Them fucking Russians.
I don't like liquor, so Crystal Bison did it to me.
Oh, I like licking her anytime I can.
You are so twisted.
Oh my God!
So Crystal, is that like the drink or the?
Oh my God! I'm sorry. I'm ready to get off professional. Fuck that shit. I
I'm
ain't
gonna
never
take over here. So Jay.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
hi, how you doing?
Move the fat guy out of the way.
Tell us about yourself and what got you into the paranormal world.
Well, nothing special. Most people have a very similar story. Dan told one very similar, except the difference is I moved around a lot, Unfortunately, fortunately, the beaches were good. Not much else was. I grew up in Florida, and, so there was it's Florida. I mean, if everything wasn't haunted, I'd be more surprised than anything else. But I had a couple places that I lived growing up that, had quite a bit of activity. I mean, anything from hearing my name called on a regular basis. I'd see different types of just people walking around a corner, even to the point where I had to go get my eyes checked and, went and talked to a doctor because they thought I was crazy, which, jury's still out.
That's subjective.
I'll see one too.
So,
Don't feel bad.
I rarely feel bad.
I do all.
So from there, I was pretty curious, kind of growing up like most kids typically are. Like I said, nothing real special about it, but I decided I was a nerdy kid, so I went to the library to go read about, weird things. And of course, I went through all the gimmicky entertainment stuff, like, what was it, the Encyclopedia of the Unknown or an Unsolved or some weird, I remember that thing. And then, I tried actually reading real things and real topics and real books. It just continued to go through and it piqued my interest. And I dived into a whole bunch of different subjects that was kind of surrounded with the paranormal overall. And then I decided when I was 14, I was going to go Scooby-Doo it. Just grab a flashlight and go run into stupid places, pretty much what everybody who has any good sense about them says don't do, because 1, it's stupid, 2, it's illegal, and 3, you're giving everybody a bad name. I was that kid, unfortunately. And,
oh, wow.
I did that for a while.
I'm sorry. I was just thinking. I said, oh, wow, because I was thinking, yeah, I did the same damn thing.
Well, see, I wasn't the brightest, especially in the military, so I continued to actually do things to the point where I probably could have been an international incident while living overseas because I hopped the velvet line of a Korean temple. Thankfully, if it was any other country, it would have been nicest people in the world. They just were scared because they thought something was wrong. But, I heard these stories about the temples and, about how haunted it is and so forth like that. So I kind of took a side trip. And, of course, I went, who wouldn't?
Exactly, I agree.
And at that time, I was also looking at like lore stuff. So if someone says, there's, a big fat hairy guy on the mountain that's scaring people off. Well, I want to go see the big fat hairy guy on the mountain chase people off. So I would always go run into the dumbest of situations. And one of them, while I was in South Korea, they had a story about this hiking trail up to a mountain that led to a waterfall. It was a very beautiful area. I mean, if this was at the time where we had actual cell phones with cameras and stuff on it, it would have probably been a lot of pictures. But I went up there, and there's supposedly people disappear if they stay past dark. So what does my dumbass do? Stay past dark. Yeah. Needless to say, I have no clue what was up there. I'm pretty sure some people just fell off the mountain, but they found people who had died by animal attacks. And, probably about 2 hours into it, I finally came to my senses and basically ran back to my bus to go home. So then,
So that was a smart move.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the brightest in the world, but eventually I come around.
Sounds like me. I keep knocking on the door, nobody answers.
Well, I mean, I was in the Army. I mean, the entrance to get into the Army is, can you count to 5? I can count to 3. You're in!
Look, 4 and 5, you'll figure that out later.
Yeah, we'll teach you that part.
We'll teach you that.
We'll teach you 4 and 5. It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
So then I got out of the military, and I was going to school. I actually went to film school a little bit, and actually the team I met Aaron initially on was needing someone to help edit their stuff and to potentially go do like the technician stuff, just the basic technician, camera guy, audio guy. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll help out a little bit. I had done a little, group Scooby-Doo type stuff when I was stationed in Texas and everything. So, I mean, I was used to kind of working with people and not being a complete prick by that point. So, I decided I went on ahead and joined up with them, helped them out a little bit. And, that was about 10 years ago now. And then after a while, Aaron and I kind of branched off. We started our own thing, Supernatural Serenity, and then, we had a little bit of a break and came back, and that's where Dan came aboard. So, kind of a basic tale, if you ask me.
Well, that's awesome. What does Aaron still work alone, or do you all work together as a group, or how's the dynamics of how you all work together now?
Initially, when Aaron and I came back from our break, he had already done a few of the lone wolf investigations on his own, and we enjoyed working together. So initially, it was supposed to just kind of be like a side aspect of it. After a little while, he started kind of with, as you mentioned, just had a baby, and being sick a little bit and everything like that. He kind of pulled away from the lone wolf stuff, for a little while until things kind of pan out for him. But he's still kind of working with us as a group, because he still wants to investigate. He still wants to be out there. And, it's a little easier on him financially to do it as a group, and that way his wife doesn't have to worry about him so much as well. So.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. So, during y'all's investigations and stuff, have any of you two been able to, communicate with a disembodied entity, or, I know everybody gets EVPs, but have you been able to communicate, get respect from the questions that you pose? Ooh,
yeah, I've gotten some call-in responses. So working with Aaron before, we were at Jerome, Arizona, and while we were there in the old hospital that they had set up in the town, we had a conversation through the spirit box with an entity that presented itself as a child. It responded as a child, so we kind of went with the fact that it was a child and not, something pretending to be a child and whatnot. And, we had a back and forth conversation, I was talking about how I was scared and that it didn't want to be here anymore and that something was trapping it there. And then as soon as we were trying to press what was trapping you, it just stopped completely. And then all the spirit box batteries completely died. And then the other equipment that we had was slowly starting to fade out and starting to break down, except for a couple flashlights and a digital recorder. So I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I've had one at a resident that said I smelt pretty bad. You know, when we asked.
Shower, bud.
Hey, look, I mean, I had
to
a
light up those
and
onions.
everything. I couldn't help it. It was like hour number 3. You know, I had like 4 layers on. I just agreed and said, hey, I need a shower. I get it.
That is awesome. I've never had, as long as we've been doing it, I never had one tell me I stunk. I've heard them.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually at the residential, the other individuals that was with us at the time, we were sitting there in the garage and, we kind of suspected just based off the stories that the owner had that it was like some sort of like a prankster type. And it said my name, it said Steve, and I was like, hey, that's me, And so what's up? You called my name out, you got something for me, and it said Stinky. And I was like, what the fuck is that?
Stinky Stevie.
I was like, what in the hell? Because, at the time I was using my first name, which is Steven, of course, because I'm from North Carolina. I'm Stephen J., so I'm using that one.
Oh, okay.
Just in case you were wondering.
Oh, okay. No, I wasn't going to. I mean, if you want me to, I can, but I was going to back off on that one.
No. I prefer just Jay. It's easier to say.
And I just know him as Stevie. I'm trying to get used to calling him Jay because we work together, and I'm just used to him being Steven since we work together. But I'm trying to train myself to call him Jay now because everybody else knows him as Jay. So when I talk about him, although I could keep talking about him, just talk shit about him, nobody knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty sure they know it.
Yeah. No, but so actually, it's funny how Stephen or Jay and Aaron got me included or involved. So like I said, Jay and I work together, and we were talking, and I overheard him say something about paranormal investigations, and I was like, because we share a cubicle wall, and I was like, what? And we started talking about it. And he's like, yeah, we're going to start doing this again and stuff like that. And I was like, well, I'd be interested in doing that. And I kind of told him my story. And, and we started making plans. I met Aaron, and we all hit it off pretty well. So that's how we got it. And to be honest with you, I've not done an official investigation yet. My first one will be this Saturday night.
He's going to get his paranormal cherry popped.
Pretty much, yeah.
I wish I could be there for that moment, man. I wish I could. I'll be there in spirit.
Well, we are going to be streaming it live a little bit, so you can check in if you want.
Oh, hell yeah, I will, and I'll check in and tell you what you're doing wrong.
Well, there you go. Hey, we need that backseat driver sometime.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hey, constructive criticism, right?
I fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm going to have...
dropping the mic and shit.
I am, man. I'm dropping the mic and walking the fuck off. Ain't I? Damn. Fucking asshole. Damn, I'm such a dick. I'm sorry. I start talking to a bunch of guys like this, I can't help it. I'll just get right into the groove.
Hey, what you do, man?
I get in that manly groove.
I see.
Oh, yeah.
It's better than being awkward than like having sex with your sister, so that's pretty awkward.
Oh, you're talking about West Virginia and Kentucky. Yeah, that's the...
I'm just saying, I don't know what it's like, but I'm sure that's pretty awkward, so at least it's not awkward like that. That's all I'm saying. I mean, get into whatever groove, whatever you do.
Hey, sissy, you're looking mighty cute tonight. Ooh.
That's pretty messed up.
Well, any kind of sexual thing I had going on tonight is just shot the fuck.
Well, here's the thing. Are we talking like our sisters or like our friends' sisters?
Well,
Because
there's a difference. There's a difference.
Well, I thought you were talking about your own sisters. Now, if you talk about friends' sisters, game open.
That's called keeping a straight line tree.
That's
Yeah,
right.
there you go.
You got to do it for your friend, man. It's like, man, I'm doing this for you. Yeah, I'm doing this for you. You know I'm not a creep. You know me all my life. We good. We cool. So I'm just going to do what needs to be done. Make
Your sister deserves it.
That's exactly right. She deserves my pecker.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
I do have a question.
Okay, go ahead. Ain't about anybody's pecker.
No, not yet. Can I come back to that? Okay, sorry. So, Jay, how many investigations have you been on?
Well, if I were to combine the Scooby-Doo and the non-prickish, let's be serious about it, I'm closing in on 100. I think if I counted correctly, 92. I could be off by, 100 or 2. I'm not sure, but somewhere in that area.
Damn, busy guy.
So, like I said, when you can get up and go run and, hop a fence or something like that, it's a lot easier than going, hey, I'll give you $200 to come run around your place. So,
yeah, I don't give them money. I'm like, can I come investigate? Yeah, for $1,000. I'll be like, well, I'm good to go. There's too many people out here just giving it away. That's just like I tell you.
Yeah, true too.
I know I got buddies of mine, go out and get them a hooker and shit. I'm like, why do you go pay for pussy when there's so much out here giving it away? Damn.
It's true, though. I mean,
Yeah.
Especially
That's
when they're
true.
charging as much as they're charging. Trust me, I've looked into it. It may as well just go to the bar and spend a fifth of that.
And, at the end of the night, that one on the end of the table is looking mighty good.
Everyone needs good loving.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Even if it's for only for a few minutes, right?
Well, I don't know about no few minutes.
He's a marathon man, not a sprinter.
Well, I didn't say that. Now, I mean, a few minutes, like 3 or 4. I'm talking like 10, maybe 12 good minutes out of me.
Oh.
Well,
that's what I'm saying,
I'm one of these. I'm a sprinter. I run one race, take a break, and then run another race, take a break, run another race, take a break.
Keep hydrated. Gatorade.
Gatorade.
Got to give my body time to reproduce the good shit, man. Paranormal and sex goes together real good,
I see.
Well, didn't you hear? They just had a whole group of porn stars that got their own TV show investigating the paranormal. So it's the times now.
What?
Are you serious?
I read an article a week and a half ago, and I haven't stopped laughing at this. But yes, apparently that's what's happening right now.
Well,
Next year sometime, the show's supposed to debut.
I bet they're getting some really good fucking airtime.
You're right.
There's a guy. I'm just watching it for the spiritual part of it. Bullshit.
It's very informative. Yeah,
go sit around and listen and watch.
Reading the articles on the show.
But there was a guy in our local area. He came in a few years ago, and just out of the blue, he there's a place up here close to it that there was a woman in this location that would crawl in the bed with him and have sex with him. So he started doing tours, and people would watch him lay in the bed acting like he's getting fucked.
Oh, my God.
You can charge money for that?
Yeah, $25 a fucking person, and it stayed packed.
Man,
And I'm like,
I'm going to start that.
I'm like, I'm doing this all wrong.
Right? It's extra to participate.
Then when he gets done, he bows and thank you.
What if they clap? Good job.
Good job. Loretta tore his hand up.
That's like the paranormal version of watching someone open a can.
Right.
That's the truth. Oh wow. Damn, I'm gonna have to have these guys.
For real.
Shit, just to squeeze that.
I'm pretty sure we'll get around to talking paranormal stuff anytime now.
Okay, I'll calm down. You go ahead. I'm sorry. It's your.
No, I'm just saying in general. One of these things we'll get around to.
I'm having a blast. I was going to say, the first time's free. Next time you have to pay.
Ooh, what is the ghost currency?
I'm afraid to ask the next question. Just read it.
I know.
I mean,
if that's the case, then I am ready.
Oh, you're going to be ready, and you're going to laugh your ass off.
Okay, so the next question is, what are your techniques?
Well, so
no, I'm not touching that one.
There's this one where it's kind of like I think Elvis did it best at first. Oh.
I think she's asking about the paranormal, not how you actually fuck. But hey, let's go for it.
Yes.
No, I was talking about that. I do a dance off with the spirits. Come on.
So,
Damn.
I don't even know. So do you go into it scientifically, religiously, like the metaphysical, spirit-based? How do you go about doing it with the information that you have?
Typically, I just kind of go in. Like, I try not to have any pre-thoughts. I mean, of course, I'm doing the research. I see what people experiences they had before, doing the typical research as far as, what happened at the location and near the location. Typically, I go in historically, not necessarily scientifically, though. For me, it's more the history of the aspect of it, and the investigation is just kind of the fun part of it. So the place we're going to on Saturday, Aaron and I did it a couple, probably 2 months now. Yeah, 2 months back. And, I went in. I was like, all right, I got my equipment. Let's go see what's out there. So, I mean, I just kind of follow a gut feeling of it. And, I'm not really 100% in any kind of religion at all. I mean, walking into it, with a whole bunch of faith spiritually based isn't really, my kind of approach per se. So, I mean, it's not really reckless, but I mean, if I feel I can get voices there, I'll get voices there. I'm wrong all the time, and I just move on to another area because, thanks to Aaron, I learned to plug in earbuds while I'm recording either on the camera or on a digital recorder. That way I can, hear any kind of responses that may come through. So, I mean, I just kind of let them kind of pull me or guide me, whatever, as far as the equipment's concerned. Or, just listen to stuff. I mean, if they want you to go upstairs, I hear a knock upstairs or something, well, I'll go upstairs.
Okay, so what kind of equipment do you use during the investigation?
I try to keep it somewhat simple. Of course, there's the cameras, to try to catch anything on film. The audio, I have like a RAM pod. I like the spirit box or a white noise machine, whichever I happen to have. I am looking into some other aspects like the SLS cameras. I'm starting to learn up on that a little bit because it's intriguing to me. I'm thinking about, things like the puck and the obelisk type things, but I'm still not sure how I feel about that. But I mean, I try to keep to what I know how it works, if that makes kind of any sense. Because I mean, I can take apart a camera or I can fix the camera, but I can't necessarily fix some of the other equipment. So I have more confidence in, what I'm more familiar with.
So, what's your favorite equipment to use?
Honestly, I kind of do like the spirit box, or the white noise, or any kind of like communication device like that. I do enjoy that because as I mentioned, I've gotten pretty lucky with getting some responses to the spirit box, and I mean, it's kind of a rush when you're actually having a conversation with someone who's no longer alive. I mean, for me, that's a huge rush, and it's always something that I hope to get, because usually, like if you're on a camera, you usually don't know if you caught anything on a camera or anything like that right away, unless you're looking at, the little screen or a monitor or something. But something with a spirit box, you usually can tell almost right away, and it kind of sets the whole tone for me for the entire investigation. So, for me, it's that's the communicate aspect, and then everything else is, great stuff to have, great tools to have, but yeah.
It's kind of like you get instant gratification through that spirit box.
To a point, yeah.
Yes.
I don't like the spirit box. I think I've tried it, and I'm one of these people. It's just, where you can get so many radio signals and stuff, and yeah, I've got a few things off of it. But it's just, to me, I just rather not use it. And it's no offense to anybody that does use it or like it. It's just one piece of equipment that I'm just like, I'd rather have a FLIR camera than this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I get that. I mean, that's why I'm trying to transition to solely using like a white noise machine, so it gives you that same static feel, that same static, sound. They can use the same amount of energy, from us and the equipment and stuff like that. It just takes out the possibility of going, was that a radio signal or was that someone trying to come through? So
I tell you, I've tried, and I really like doing this. And we don't do it enough though, but is take like one of these old little like 10-inch TVs that has the radio and the TV thing together, out the battery operated, take it out and just turn the TV on, and when you're doing your EVP session, see if you can get any response through that white noise on the screen. Now, I've seen some responses on it that it blew my mind. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I actually used to have one of those growing up.
I did too. And there's a buddy of mine that has been on a few investigations with us. He brought one. He said, Rod, let's try this experiment. I've been wanting to do it. And I'm like, sure. And he set it up. Me and him sat there and answered questions and stuff for a while. Nothing was happening. Then out of the blue, it started acting weird, and like an image was trying to come up on it, and you could actually, try to hear like a voice that was trying to come through on it. And I told him, I said, for once, we ain't got a fucking camera on this shit, and this is happening. But it was a great personal experience.
Wow.
I completely forgot about that, and I knew, because that's why I like the white noise machine makers and stuff like that. That just gives you just a static, because
right.
Of the old TV aspect. So I might have to borrow that.
Hey, that's fine. That's what we're here for, to share. I'm not like all the other motherfuckers that want to be all drama shit. I'm willing to share anything that I've got to people and help, and I try to stay drama free.
It's difficult to do, but it's achievable.
It, especially with all the egos in the paranormal world. Oh my God! You think the military's about who's bigger than the other one? The paranormal world's worse.
That's what I heard. I haven't experienced it yet, but Steven's been warning me. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, you all ex-military, so y'all fit in and be able to work it out just fine. But these people that come in are virgins to it, man. They're like, what the fuck is going on? And it's like, hey, you got to understand. They think your dick's bigger than yours. Don't worry about it. You'll get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
whatever.
the asshole that just dropped my pants right in front of him and said, let's start measuring, bitch.
I'm the one that runs away because I'm like, I'm an innie, not an outie, bitch. I'm a grower, not a shower, whore.
Well, that's why you just got to have a good Speedo or a good underwear that just makes the optical illusion that much better.
Hell yeah, I can do it. Now I'm bald. I look like elephant balls. I can do that. Be like, Lord, have mercy. Be like, it's all wrapped up in there, baby. Then whip it out. She'll be like, where's it at?
Bald
Give it a
deep.
second. Pop out. You got a question, Melinda?
I think I do.
Okay, you go for it.
I think you might just be too afraid to ask another question.
It's like it better not be if we have an innie or an outie.
No, but this question was, it's just like before.
Is it ironic again? Oh, it sure is.
It's have you ever been physically, emotionally, or spiritually attacked?
Man, well, Dan, you did just have a pretty interesting relationship breakup, so I'll let you talk on that.
Yeah, right. No, I've never been attacked. I've never had any negative experience.
Really?
Yeah, never had a negative experience.
Why did I think you did? Maybe because I've had so many, I'm just like,
maybe
it's a normal thing for everyone.
Maybe because it's my personality. I don't know.
He's just such a great person. That's what it is.
He's a swell guy. Even the
He's
dead.
so swell. Damn, we just went back to the 1950s.
Well, let's go down to the sock hop and have ourselves a float.
There you go.
Get us a damn Coke float. Did I say it right?
Root beer float.
Root beer float. Yeah, root beer float.
Root beer. Give me a malt.
There you go. Chocolate malt.
I've had a couple of them. I've had some that try to attach itself to me. I've had some people that swear up and down, even though Ann and I just like, I don't know about all that. Say that I was possessed. I do know that something definitely was messing with me because at that point I actually coughed up a bunch of blood. So that was a fun physical reaction to that aspect of it. But by that time I was actually used to it, if that just sounds completely insane, but I was fairly used to those kind of ordeals happening. The very first one was actually when I was a kid, and it just seemed like, I don't know, I was right in the middle of a giant paranormal highway or something all of a sudden because it just seemed like activity just went a lot more than usual. And by the end of it, I had two cold hands grab me and pull me down into the bed. So, of course, that basically shit my pants, and I wasn't wearing my brown underwear, and I flipped around on my bed because I legitimately thought someone was behind my bed. So.
Oh, sounds like.
I like he's getting ready to experience what that boy up here in Bluefield was doing.
No, thankfully not, because I don't think I would have had the same experience. I was like 13 or something. So, I mean, as cool as the story as losing my virginity to a ghost would have been, it wouldn't have gone over very well.
So, Mom, Dad, can you explain how you lose your virginity to something that isn't there? Well, son, quit drinking.
All I keep thinking is, by my luck, if that would have happened, I would have had a knock on the door 9 months later with her, and he's your ghost baby. So
that'd be a hell of a story.
Wouldn't it?
That's a book right there, man.
That's even better than a
Squirted. Yeah, we interviewed someone that actually had a squirting demon. It's a squirter.
Now, if this person can get it on film, I have a person in the porn industry a person that I know, dear friend of mine, that can distribute it properly.
Hell yeah, I'm going to have to tell her. That way, I got to be a manager. I got to get a cut in here somehow. I'll be the producer.
Turn it to a theme park.
And it's in West Virginia, of all places. Bunch of squirters and spitters.
Hey.
Well, speaking of demons, in both y'all's opinion, what is a demon, and have either one of you all, experienced a demon, and what happened during that experience?
Oh, that's a good question.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I don't Yeah, right. Like, oh, the one brain cell. It's overtime. I don't know that I've ever experienced or had any dealings with a demon per se. And as for the spiritual sense of a demon, I'm relatively spiritual. I'm a Buddhist. But I don't like have that deep thing, I mean, raised, Protestant and all that, but I'm Buddhist now. I don't know, is it, I have to wonder that myself, what exactly is a demon? Is it just an evil entity, or is it some type of malevolent force? Is there a hell where demons come from? I don't know. Sometimes, there are just things in the world, in the universe, that we just don't understand or don't know. And, and how old is the earth and its history? What was here before us? It's, it's like aliens. You don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's a different topic, but I don't know. I think my favorite line was from Contact with Jodie Foster. She's like, somebody asked her if she thought there were aliens, and she's like, I don't know, but if there aren't, it seems like an awfully big waste of space. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's a very deep question.
Well, we got
to go into the well that much.
Yeah. What's that?
I said, since we was about an hour into the show, I figured I'd throw one of them deep philosophical motherfucking questions.
There you go. Yeah, let's see what we can fuck him up.
I might have to go ahead and get my smoking jacket on, grab my pipe real quick so I can get into character for this.
That's
next
right.
He's like, I gotta get off.
Book, pretend you're reading.
Yeah. So do I believe in demons, you ask, and what are they? Yes, indeed. That kind of delves into the whole religious aspect, and I take a very unusual look at religion as I see all of it as the same exact thing. I've read not all of them, that's kind of absurd, but I've read several different texts, and it just seems like it's all the same to me. They're just different people involved in it, even all the way from, the most oldest of pagan religions all the way up to, Catholicism. And, and it's not to insult anybody or anything like that, but it's just, for that aspect, they have a lot of similarities. They tell roughly the same story, and they have different aspects. Some have a bunch of people that do it. Some has one completely overruled. So to me, if that's an aspect of it, that's hard to deny. All of them talk about some sort of negative entity as a whole, a balance per se. So to a point, yeah, I can. Now, I go along with the whole aspect of demon as, the Christian, demon concept, just because it's the most familiar and it's what people talk about. But, I kind of would accept any kind of version of it because there's pretty cool versions outside as far as descriptions are concerned. But so to a point, I guess I can kind of see there's some sort of entity, demon, negative entity-like aspects out there that weren't spirits. I do believe that there's some, just bad people when they die, if they get stuck around here to where we can, basically interact with them. I do believe that they can mimic or they can, make people believe that they're demonic, so, it's just kind of case-by-case basis as far as, when it comes to claims and going to a place, because when I was at Fort Hood, as bad as that place is, people would say that there was a demonic aspect to the post, and, of course, me and my Scooby-Doo crew got in the mystery machine and went out there and looked at it. But, at the end of the day, I personally don't believe I've interacted or had experiences with, any kind of negative energy of that caliber, but I have had some interesting, experiences from a negative type of spirit possibly. So there's a whole lot of babble and talking in circles to get absolutely nowhere.
Well, I was along for the ride with you. I was with you all the way, brother.
Yep.
Well, and that's what philosophers are supposed to do. They're supposed to sit there and talk in circles and not make any sense for you to go, you must be smart.
I'm sitting here going, damn, we got some intelligent people in here working hard.
I took a couple of philosophy classes in college, so.
Hell, when I signed up, they kicked me out before I even got in the classroom. They're like, no, we don't want
Roger.
Roger.
You asked, what's philosophy?
Yeah. The first question, what's philosophy? Okay. Fuck out of here, Mr. Shortridge. We don't need you in here. Oh, damn.
Well, I walked in and thought it was a falafel class, but.
Yeah. I'm here to make some fucking waffles. Not waffles, waffles.
I thought this was Greek culture class.
Okay, Melinda.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Are there any teams or individuals in the paranormal field that are inspirational to you?
That's a good one, Dan.
Yeah, well, before, I don't know, it's kind of hard because, I was always sucked in by the ones that were on TV, and until I started doing it, and I was fascinated by Ghost Hunters and Ghost Hunters International. I don't know. I think those got me really interested in it, but until I actually do it, and I see it's a lot different. I'd say they have to be the ones that got me wanting to investigate and actually experience it. Like the actual group Ghost Hunters. The plumber guys.
The plumber guys.
But I mean, I don't know how many. I've heard a lot of different things, like about how accurate it was or how real it was. I don't know, but I was entertained for a long time by them, and it got me interested in actually getting into it and actually getting my hands dirty and doing it. So.
Okay. Well, how about who's the next other guy?
Jay.
Sorry. I'm sitting here like, okay, so number one or number two?
Hey, thing one,
right.
Thing two. I could do
there you
that.
go. Thing one, thing two.
Because I kind of got quiet there, and I'm like, oh shit, what's his name? Say his name.
For me, like if we're talking like TV wise, I've always been a pretty big fan of Josh Gates. I mean, because he's an archaeologist, and that's actually my degree plan that I'm trying to work towards. But I always thought it was something refreshing, especially at the time when he would go do like paranormal investigations, that he wasn't afraid to sit there and say, I didn't experience nothing, so I don't know about, this and that, even though strange things happened. I kind of respected that aspect of it. But so when I took a break a couple years back, it's a little bit different of an industry as far as a whole. Like not very many people were, doing kind of like what you're doing, where, you wanted to interact with other people and other individuals and teams just to kind of reach out like that. So it was a little bit of a shock for me when I came back and really dove into it, because I dived head first with everything because, why not? And so I've actually met a lot of people just within a very short period of time that have been really cool and has, given me little tips, and brought up things and just have a constant conversation with people. So, I mean, for me right now, it's for the most part, most of the people I've just met online that are within the industry. I mean, no one's I've seen the egos and stuff like that, but I kind of just ignore those and push those to the side. But the other people that I've, met up with, a couple other people that do shows as well and have regular content coming through social medias and that, so far, completely honest, it kind of inspires me to want to go do more from hearing their stories.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've heard this group in Virginia called Black Diamond Paranormal Society. They're pretty badass.
I kept seeing them at this convention or something like that. They seem like a good group of folks.
Yeah. That leader, though, the group leader, man, I don't know, that motherfucker's a dick, but I tell you, the rest of them, especially in body, good God, what the hell is up with that?
Between just the four of us and whoever's listening, I hear that leader might, be booted out by somebody, I'm just saying.
That's it. It's a conspiracy. They're going to kick his ass out.
They're going to replace him with a robot, though.
Robot overlord.
I'm here to find spirits, whether you like it or not. Now, speaking of spirits, what's y'all's opinion about what a ghost, really is or could be? And also, why do you think spirits or ghosts still linger on and not move on? And where do they move on to if they can?
I like this one.
Yeah.
A good one.
It's another good one. I know personally, I think it could be any number of things, whether it's just a memory, like a repetition, like a skipping record. For those that don't respond. But I also wonder, too, if there is something that it almost makes you wonder if it's like purgatory or something, that they're having to relive everything over and over and over again. Or if it's, I honestly think any type of spirit or ghost or anything is energy. Just like we are now, we're energy. We're a bunch of, we are carbon-based life forms with vibrating at a certain level that everything seems solid, but we're all energy. Our bodies are basically electricity and water,
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry, I was in the medical field for a long time. I think, when you get those responses to your questions, that means that there's something there. It's thinking and it's understanding. So whether that is, I don't think that could be a memory or just something repeating. I think that's something like you were saying, they haven't moved on and there's a reason. What that reason could be, who knows? I can only go based on, what I've heard others say is that, they have unresolved issues, or, maybe they just didn't want to. Maybe they just liked life, or, or maybe it's a warning because, there's so many different places where, well, this bad thing happened to this person and you can still hear them screaming, or they'll tell you, watch out, maybe they feel it's their mission to warn other people. That's one of those odd things. There's so many different variables that it's really hard to explain.
I know I for sure, definitely when I die, I'm going to linger around because I need to know what happens on The Bachelor after I die, okay? For me, it's, I kind of see, like, I can see how someone would want to stay, and I'm 100% serious when I say I'd stay just because, I'd mess with people. Why not?
Right.
If you're going to die and be a ghost, have some fun, all right?
I agree.
That's just how I see it. I also do think that it could possibly be like a self-punishment thing. Like you're guilty about something, so you have to relive life basically without being able to interact with this sort of thing. To me, that'd be hell. I just had to sit there and just be angry and all that kind of stuff, and I couldn't actually be alive, but I had to live life in that kind of construct. So maybe it's like you said, Dan, maybe like a purgatory type of thing, or maybe it's like a personal hell type of thing, because if I had to spend eternity, looking at a bunch of ugly people I don't like while I'm alive, I mean, that's going to be the worst hell I've ever can think of. So,
right. And then people start coming in and bugging you, asking you questions like, why are you here? What are you doing?
Yeah. I'm trying to take a nap. Give me a sandwich or something. Shut up. Jesus Christ. I'd be the most talkative, spirit in the world.
Right.
But I mean, I think, because I know I hear theories a lot. There's spirits everywhere. There's billions and billions and billions, because uncountless amount of people throughout all time has died, and I don't believe they do stay here per se. But then, of course, what happens afterwards? I mean, maybe it's a multi-dimensional thing, and they get sucked up into a black hole, and they just are born again. I don't know. I've never personally died. I've known some people that have died and come back. And I'm sure you do, because you actually work in ERs. So I mean, I don't personally know, but I mean, I like to at least think there's something else. Even if it's just going through a wormhole per se, and end up in another reality, as long as it's a little different and entertaining, which would explain like the Hindu, beliefs that, it's like a tier system, the better person you are, the better you go on and on and on. So I don't know. I've thought about this a lot, and the most I can sit there and say is, hopefully we can move on to something else. And I do believe that some spirits want to be here, and I do believe some spirits are here against their will, but they're being tormented for whatever reason. And maybe a demonic type of entity has the ability to grab a couple innocent souls as they pass by or something. And that's just horrible thing to think of, but I mean, the horrible things happen, unfortunately, and I can't think that the afterlife isn't partially a reflection of how we live, as we're alive. So,
right.
I understand. That makes a lot of sense too. Well, what is the best evidence that you all have captured? As far as audio, video, or still camera.
I've actually gotten a little lucky to have a couple decent pieces when I go out. I just recently on our page posted a video that I picked up on my camera of, a woman that said hello, or help. That's what it was. It was fairly clear too, which I was kind of surprised at. And then, later on, Aaron and I were told to just leave, and we asked if they wanted us to leave or not. Those came through. I know there was a place up in the mountains at another museum that, you can see an independent, almost look like a reflection of the IR light. I kept watching it, but it's off-cantered from the center aspect where the IR light usually reflects. And when I pan the camera into the opening, you can almost see, a shimmer of a figure, like a portion of a figure walking through the doorway, which was, with part of the claim. So, I mean, there's those, but a lot of the past stuff that I have, just to even keep from becoming a legal issue, I store those away. But I mean, I've gotten some decent responses, either through a recorder or through a noisy, annoying spirit box. It is, though. I mean, it's the one thing I hate. I actually found a new favorite paranormal show just because every time they turn it on, it's like, oh, you're really going to hate this because we fucking hate it too. And they turn it on. I was like, I like this idea. But, I've gotten some decent things. I mean, I haven't, gotten like full sentences as some people, on their evidence that they present, or, I don't have anything that's, so fantastic, like I wasn't in an investigation and, a giant frying pan hit me in the face or nothing, which would have been a perfect thing. I'm more than willing to get hit in the face with a frying pan as long as I get it on camera. So, but, you know, I think what I would call like the basic evidence that, you know, anybody who looks long enough will get similar type of stuff. I mean, I'm always out looking for the extravagant and, you know, the questionable, my own sanity aspect of it. I mean, for me personally, you know, that's why I want to use the cameras and the recorders and stuff that I mentioned before, because I want to go back and look at it because I enjoy it. You know, it excites me even just watching it.
The Holy Grail. It's full figure, shadow figure, whatever, right? Where you actually catch it and you're like, oh.
Oh, no. My Holy Grail is, you know, straight up, you know, materialize out of nothing, have a boxing match right there. You know, or a video of me fighting myself. That would be perfect. I'll take a doppelganger too. There you go. And, you know, and people call me dumb all the time because it's like, oh, you know, this has some horrible, you know, things happening here, or, you know, there's so much activity here. It's almost like a movie. Cool. When can I go in? You know, It's not to say that I'm not nervous or I'm not, you know, scared. It's just I want to experience that too.
Yeah. And I don't know if I had a question for you guys. Do you find that when I know I'm kind of turning around on you, sorry. Do you find that when you hear about a place and you look into it, do you think it's a lot of it's overhyped?
Mm.
Yeah, you know, like Steve was saying, "Oh yeah, all this stuff is going on here," and then you get there, you're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, I think a lot of it's overhyped. I think a lot of people, their imagination, you know, takes over, and plus, you know, being in the dark and hearing noises that may not be recognizable to them, because a lot of times it's, you know, we found out that it's this one lady especially. She had an attic door. She kept hearing scratching every night, and you know, it terrified. So we put a camera up in there on the other side, and it was two mice and one bat. And when I showed it to her, she was just like, "Oh my God, I've been living this for years." I said, "Yeah, you don't need us. You need an exterminator, lady."
Exactly.
And there's other times, you know, where people's heat pumps or hot water heaters kick on, like somebody's walking across the floor, and the look when you tell them this and you show them this, I would say 10% is relieved, and then the other 80% sitting there going, "That's not right." And I'm like, "Well, what else?" Okay, if you want your place to be haunted, that's fine, but it's not.
Right.
You can always sell tickets to, you know, having sex with a fake ghost.
There you go.
You know, I'm gonna have to do that. I don't know if anybody would buy tickets to that big old fat boy, but hey, you know, there's some weirdos out there that might do it.
Hey, get on one of those campsites. I mean, they have things for everybody, right?
I did. Watch the Rod for himself in a spirit. You'd watch it. You sat here looking at me, just shaking her head, and I'm like, "You watch it. You pay that $9.99 for it."
Hey, $9.99 is a good deal.
Hell yeah,
that's cheap.
That's a blue ball special.
I got $10. What'll get you? Well, the color blue.
The color blue.
Fat man pumping the air. That's
all right. I got $10.
Be like,
best
"I'm
$10 I've ever spent."
Got me a beer, some weed, and go watch this fat guy give it hell. Is it my turn or your turn?
I think it's my turn.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean to step over you. I'm bad.
It's okay. So, what is the strangest or weirdest case you've ever investigated?
Strangest case. Well, I would probably have to say that residential where I got told I stunk. That was just so odd for me. But I would definitely have to say that, like, the strangest there's a place in North Carolina once upon a time. I don't know what happened to it since then, but they had a place called, what was it? The Devil's Playground, I want to say. And it was supposed to be a really odd place where nothing grew, and it was a giant circle, the typical stuff that you hear when it goes about things like that. But it was something I remember my dad, when he was still alive, he told me when he was a kid in the 70s, he went there, and, he had a beer bottle, and it disappeared. So I was like, all right, cool. And so I tried to go out there, and, I had this and that, and I put a beer bottle out there, and it was pretty lackluster, nothing going on, and pretty bored. And I got up, and I started walking away, and, my entire life, mostly I was taught to pick up your trash. So, I had to stop halfway to the car, and I turned around to go walk back, and the beer bottle wasn't there. And it was really strange. It was really odd. It was kind of cool.
Kind of cool.
It's kind of cool,
Beer. It's like a Kavanaugh.
The problem is, usually the bottle is still there. It's the beer that's gone.
Well, I just figured maybe it was like some like old school like God offering site or something, because they was like, yeah, bring us some booze. It's like, here's a Bud Light, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah.
God likes to drink too.
Hey.
He's such a
Especially
party.
those Norse gods, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, they'd love to drink.
God.
It's either bring a beer or the firstborn.
There you go.
Well, it depends if you're trying to get out of paying child support.
Oh,
But like,
Well,
I was there, but you got to go.
that's good. I like that.
But we're not condoning this for anybody to do, It's just,
That's exactly
don't
right.
try to stay home, kids.
We're not trying to say we're baby killers or nothing. No. I love kids. Oh, gosh. I did walk into that mouth wide open.
It's just for legality purposes, so if it comes back later on, it's like, well, I heard this on this show over here, and this guy, he said to go ahead and do it.
I did.
And I ain't got no sense between me, so I did it.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be sad to all be sitting in a courtroom together and be like, hey, finally get to meet you all. I hate it that we're all going to fucking prison for telling this dumbass to go ahead and kill babies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, I've had more awkward interactions, I'm going back to the sister thing, but
Well, he's stuck on that. There's some underlying issues there.
He's like, all right, guys, we're going to have to wrap up the show.
And we're not saying that you go out and fuck your sisters either, people. So don't get that out there.
No.
Don't kill babies.
Don't
fuck your sisters. Lord.
Somebody's like, somebody's out there going,
they're like, fuck him, man. I'm going to go fuck my sister, asshole.
I think you should just retitle this entire episode "How to Go to Jail."
No shit. Can you imagine if I had a bleep person? They'd be sitting here going, "Damn, dude, the whole show be beep."
That could actually work, though. I mean, imagine the sticks and the gimmicks that they have out there. Just sit there and have like a 5-minute thing. Goes, hi, welcome to beep, 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 beep. And then I went beep, 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 and then beep, beep, beep. Thanks for the show. Thanks for listening. Have a good night.
Everybody be like, that was a great show. I can't wait till next week.
Exactly. Just 5 minutes, so that's all it is.
I wonder what they're going to bleep out next time.
Stay tuned. The show is so exciting. I just stuck to it.
Oh, I love this show. It's so easy to listen to.
It's like trying to watch. It's like trying to watch the scrambled channels when you're a kid. It's like, I think I saw a nipple.
With a bald head. It's like, oh, I just saw a boob. No, that's a bald guy. Never mind.
Sit there going, oh gosh, please, nipple. My first time I ever got to see in a theater, it was when I went and watched Halloween with my cousins. And, here I'm like, how old was I? Like 9 years old, 8 years old. And I'm like, titties Oh my God. And my cousin sitting there trying to put his hand over my face. Rod, you don't be telling your mom and dad, we'll get mad. I'm like, jeez.
Yeah, I've had a few of those moments. I think every guy remembers the first time.
Oh yeah, I think mine was watching Terminator in the theater.
Ooh.
The one with Linda Hamilton.
Yeah.
The original.
Mhm.
Now I'm showing my age.
I watched it too in the theater too, so I'm old too. I'm not saying you're old. I'm saying I'm old. But you're telling me.
Meanwhile, Melinda's over there like, well, it's not really that big of a deal.
She's one of these. Age is just a number.
I was just thinking that it's just a number. I'm like a fine wine. I get better with age. Either that or more bitter. I don't know.
Well, it depends on if someone broke your seal or not.
Like maybe I'm just bitter.
It'd be bitter for me too. My seal was broke a long time ago. I've been trying to replace the seal, but it don't work. Okay, I'll say that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. He hates it when I take over. I can't help myself.
I don't hate it when you take over.
Yeah, it's that white man thing, white power. And I'm not saying that I'm racist or nothing
Here we
either.
go. Here's another warning.
I'm not saying that. I'm not part of the KKK or anything. I love everybody. I don't care what you do. Oh God, I fucked up, didn't I? Well,
No.
so much we're gonna be signing off. Beep.
Beep, 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 beep. It's like, is that Morse code?
Yeah. Beep.
How do you say I am fucked in Morse code again? Hold on.
I have an idea about this beat. Play the drinking game.
Oh yeah, the drinking game.
Every time you hear a beat, take a shot.
Hell, they wouldn't get past 15 minutes.
Well, if anybody plays that drinking game around me, expect at least 3 minutes straight of cussing.
All right.
We're gonna do a waterfall, guys. Let's go.
Okay, Melinda, I'll step how you want. You have the floor.
I have four.
You have the floor.
Oh, I feel so
special.
special.
You are.
Okay. Okay, do you prefer to investigate residential, historical, or commercial property?
Well, me personally, I prefer like a historical aspect of it. I mean, they usually have some pretty cool stories to go along with it too much. I don't mind doing residentials. I actually just got an offer just the other day about doing a residential. The only thing I have about that, it just feels weird because I'm in someone's like home. And, I know I'm invited there and, there's usually somebody's there hanging out with us or something like that. But it still kind of feels odd to me, that I'm running around in the dark at someone else's house. I haven't really done too many commercial properties, like a more of a recent, non-historic based commercial property. So, I mean, I'm kind of stuck with the classics, I guess.
Honestly, like I said, I haven't done an actual investigation yet, but I had to stay with Stephen as well, the historical part. But the thing is, no matter where you go, there's going to be history to it. There's going to be some reason that this thing is going on. So that's, even if it's a commercial base, chances are, this was a meat packing plant back in the 50s or something like that. There's always going to be a history behind it. So when Steve says, like the history places, yeah, that's like everything. You know what I mean? I mean, going back to how I said, based on my experience, especially growing up, I said my house was built in the 1880s, I think it was. I'm from a little town in Iowa. But it's named after the age, it's Agency Iowa is the name of the town. It's named after an agency that was created between the Native Americans and I think it was the U.S. Army or something like that. It was like a trading post. And, I mean, our dogs would dig up these old bottles and shells and stuff they used to trade. I know, it's fascinating. There's a history behind it, even though it's a red thing. And so creepy ass stuff used to happen, right? So, I mean, I think anything is historical, whether it's commercial, residential, or like a museum or, a historical place like that. I think everything has its own story, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I agree with that. You're absolutely right. Well, are there any places, in the country, that y'all are just dying to go in and investigate?
That's a good one, right, Stephen?
My next one. How about that? My very next investigation, and that'll always be the answer. But if you want specifics, of course, I got a couple places I can mention. So, I mean, so there's the I can never say it. The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. Yeah, see, it's out in your neck of the woods. Again, there you go.
He's like, yeah, I'm damn right. There's no how to say that word.
That's because you guys made up the language. What are you talking about?
I've been removed from my Appalachian roots. But yeah, I always liked that one. That seemed like a pretty cool place. I actually have an uncle that went there and just photographed it. It was kind of cool. And, I like the photographs that he did, and I like the way it looks and the stories. And, the very few people I do know that, has went to it all had great things to say about it. So I think that'll be a pretty cool place. It is supposed to be pretty creepy and dark, so I'm okay with that.
Okay. Next.
Dan went silent. Yeah, there you go.
Honestly, I mean, anything, like I think Steven said, the next one. That's what I'm excited to go to. I think anything that I can experience, anything that I can be involved in, that's the most exciting one. Eventually, yeah, once I get more experience, yeah, I'll probably want to do the bigger places with the bigger names and things like that. But right now, since I'm getting started, I really just want to stick to the simple stuff and, excuse me, go on to the next one. Just, build each investigation, build up my portfolio, as it were, and get more experience. And to me, it's just about the fun. If we do this thing Saturday in this museum, that's awesome. If I end up in somebody's basement the next time, that's great too, because you never know. I mean, you could sit in a huge place and not get anything, but you can sit in somebody's basement and get all kinds of stuff. Who knows? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I like Steven's answers, like my next investigation. That's the biggest thing I want to get into.
Well, let
like
Buffalo
that.
Bill's in that basement. If Buffalo Bill's in the basement, you don't want to be down there. I'm just saying.
It's like, what's the lotion on? It's good.
or it gets the hose again.
It gets the hose again. Put the lotion in the basket.
Buddy Dave Horn says that. He does a great job at it. Just out of the blue, you'd be sitting there doing investigations. He'd be like, he puts the lotion on and he gets the hose again. And I just crack up. I'm like, Jay, damn, man. He's like, what's too quiet? He's like, you think I'm sexy? You think I'm hot? And I'm like, damn, dude, put that picture in my head.
Would you do me? I'd do me.
You just messed up my groove.
I did. Just up the whole vibe, bastard. And he'll laugh his ass off. He's funny. One time we was doing an investigation out in the cemetery, and I'm sitting there watching the monitor in the tent, and they're all out doing their thing. Next thing I know, I see the camera moving. I'm like, what the hell? And then all of a sudden I see these balls just drop in front of it.
Oh my!
I busted out laughing. I bet they heard me 2 counties over. And then when I was laughing so loud, you could hear Dave was way out in the field, and you could hear him. And everybody's like, "What's so funny?" I'm like, "I just seen balls."
And I'm not talking about spirits.
No, I ain't talking about spirits. I'm seeing real balls.
I'm talking old man Winter over here.
I'm telling you, we have too much fun. That's like one time. I'll tell you another experience we had. We have a new girl. We had a new girl at the time. Well, she's still in the group, but she was her first investigation. And I'll be damned, they was having. They said they had claims in the bathroom, so they set up a camera pointing at the bathroom. Well, the new girl walks right into the bathroom, didn't shut the door, drops her pants and starts to pee. She realizes the camera's on her, and she jumps back up, pulls the damn shorts, her pants up, and then shuts the door. I laughed my ass off of that. And Chris,
oh my God.
Sorry, I had to tell that story. We have too much fun. And you know what? We get some of the best evidence when we're just shooting the shit and talking to each other and having a good time. It's like they try to interact with us.
You know, and that's an excellent point. I would often wondered about that. Like, do you think that? I mean, honestly, do you think that they're going to want to sit there and be interviewed, or do you think they would just want to sit there and shoot the shit like what we're doing right now? You know, I often wonder what would be the best approach.
Apparently, dropping your balls in front of a camera.
Exactly.
That works. I mean, it really. I don't know anything paranormal, but I swear I've seen balls.
Those
terrifying. Shit, man. I wish
reflecting off of those.
Because it was quiet. Everybody's all in the cemetery in their own little spot. Everything's, and I'm just watching the monitor. And, like I said, quiet. All of a sudden, balls. I busted out. And then here I
Why
hear
does it look like an old man pen?
Oh gosh, it was just one of those great moments, man. You just had to be there. And of course, everybody's freaking out, going, what's going on? What's going on? I'm like, balls! I see balls!
Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious.
Man,
not a big going back and forth like at a doctor's office?
Yeah, I could have done this fucking example right there. Well, okay, here. Since we're running out of time, yeah, we got to get you boys back on, so we could go back in.
And we only got 3
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah, we got 3. Yeah, we only got 3 pages, and only got through a page and a half.
Well, hey, at least you got that far.
There you go.
Right, we're going. I was lucky we got that far, ain't we?
We talked.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're really shy and introverted. If you can't tell. So
this is all just a dream, just a horrible dream.
We imagine this show. There's imagination. It was all moment. Wow.
You're gonna go back and listen to it. It's just gonna be silence or just like a loud, high-pitched shriek.
You know what? That was the guy. Since you said that, there was a guy I tried to interview last year. Okay, I had technical problems, couldn't get him on. Okay, then we reset the date, and then again had tech problems. And this guy's a big researcher and wrote books. He's been in the Air Force. I mean, he's all conspiracy, aliens, all this shit. Well, I finally got him on the show, and then we started having problems with the fucking show. It would cut in and out, in and out, in and out. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And he said that the last 5 shows that he was booked to do, he had the same problems. I'm like, dude, don't have the men.
Oh, wow.
I don't need that shit. I'm a paranormal investigator. You know, I know the UFOs and aliens are part of that, but the men in black, no, don't keep their asses away from me.
Now, if they'd have a talking pug, I'll take that.
I just wouldn't want to get zapped all the time and forget. I'm forgetful enough. That's the reason why I forget so much.
They're zapping you.
They're zapping
I was
me.
going to say, there you go.
Just figured it out. They've been coming here. I don't even know it. Lord have mercy, God. well, have either of you had an out-of-body experience or astro projected? And if so, can you explain, you know, what that was like?
Nope, I can't say I ever have.
No, not really that I can think of. I mean, you know, I know when I was a kid, I tried. You know, I'd read the books. How do you do it? You know, and then, you know, every time I kind of get that feeling where I'm starting to kind of do the falling thing they always described, I always freaked out, like, oh, nope, I'm going to be traveling out in the middle of nowhere. I'm never coming back, so I'm going to stop. Nope. But I'm pretty sure I was just falling asleep at that point. So, you know, I'll go ahead and say no, not at all. I mean, I think it'd be kind of cool, though. Like, you know, I've talked to people that's had it, and, you know, the way they describe it, I'm like, that's like the closest thing to be a ghost, I guess.
Well, I had it happen to me, and it's not cool. I didn't like it, and I don't recommend it. It's bad. It's bad feeling.
It's bad.
Just bad.
It's bad. I mean, when you turn around, you're floating, and you look up, and you're like right at the ceiling. You're like, what the fuck? And you turn around, and you look, and you see your body laying on the couch, and you're like, I'm done. No! You know, I freaked the fuck out, man. Everybody else might say, well, I just flew around and met everybody. Fuck y'all. No, I want back in my body.
See, and that's probably how I would have reacted to it. It's like, wait a minute. No, I'm too fat to be floating like that. Let's go. Hold on.
Yeah. When did I become a damn balloon? What the hell?
You know, that's why I try to sleep with 40-pound ankle weights.
I don't have to worry about it. I got it around my belly.
Well, see, you know, you just bring the keg to the party. I mean, who gets more popularity, the guy with the keg or the guy with the six-pack?
That's exactly
right. There you
go. That's right. There comes Fat Rob with the keg. Love that motherfucker. Love that motherfucker. He's going to get some pussy tonight.
See? I had a friend of mine, we called him Buddha Ben.
What about that muscle bound Mike over there? Oh, fuck him. He's a party poop. He's all about lifting weights. Okay, well.
He's over there flexing too much.
Yeah, he's flexing, taking him roids, and he's got a smaller pecker than Rob. At least Rod's a grower. He'll come out.
It'll scare you.
It'll scare you. You'll be like, what is this? I started with an inch, and damn, where did that 10-inch come from? That's right, baby. The 5 months. What is that?
I had a 0 to everything.
Well, what's y'all's opinion about Ouija boards, seeing how they're, you know, a big hot topic in the paranormal world?
Wow, we just had this conversation. When was it? Like the night before last, Stu?
I don't know. No, I thought it was last Sunday.
Was it last Sunday? God, this week has gone by fast.
It's a Mattel product. Remember, keep that in mind.
It's a toy.
Yeah, Jay was telling me, you know, that they've become a huge, I don't know, like gimmick or whatever. Commodity. Yeah, thank you. I have never really, I've never really dealt with it, to be honest with you. I've never really seen a reason to. But that's me personally. I think I'm more analytical when it comes to things. A little bit more. I mean, I do have those feelings and, you know, and things like that where I get excited. But I think I look at everything a little jaded. Not saying that I disbelieve everything, but I kind of want to know for a fact. I was like, all right, is this really what's going on? I'm always questioning things. So I think the Ouija board thing, I don't know. I mean, I know people who say, no, this is a great tool. I know people who say, oh no, it's just a game. And I know people that say, oh no, it's, don't touch it because you'll get possessed. So, and without any personal experience, I mean, I can't really state an opinion on it. I don't see, unless I were to have some type of experience with it, I probably would never use one, to be honest with you.
I mean, I kind of see it along the similar lines. Oh, uh-oh.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right.
Oh.
My computer set up, and where I had to update it, all this ding dong and shit pops up, and I'm like,
oh yeah.
Everybody's like, oh my God, I'm up.
We're done.
Oh, hey. Yeah, I mean, so I always take, when it comes to things like that, I always take a kind of a side glance at it, just because, I mean, first of all, it is made by a toy company, but that doesn't necessarily mean that people haven't had some actual real activity based off of it. I will acknowledge the fact that there is a possibility that it could be, because at the end of the day, anything, we use as an investigator going into, a location could all have the same skepticism. It's like, well, it's just a tool. So if they can talk to a microphone or, do some sort of activity in front of a camera, why can't they also, interact with, say the Ouija board itself? I 100% don't believe just by playing with it that you're going to open up a portal of hell and, Satan's going to come up and bite your dick or something. That to me just is way too out there as far as the possibilities you do. I mean, I've used one as a kid, and I also can acknowledge the fact that, got that subconscious muscle twitching and movements. But I haven't had any real experience as far as, activity from it, but I can see the possibilities how it could.
Yeah, I think that's the important thing, too. Always keep an open mind about everything. You can't be narrow-minded in any of this stuff. I mean, because obviously the reason we're investigating is because we don't know. So.
I'm sorry, Melinda's sitting here making faces at me.
Well,
we're listening to you. I wish you sat here. She's fucking my concentration. I was trying to break me. You know how he's doing
the whole talking hand thing. Like, yeah, they talk too much.
Oh no! It's like, God, I wish they shut up.
Can we just go ahead and end the damn show already? Jesus Christ.
It's margarita time, damn it. Wrap it up.
Well, I got another question for y'all. Have y'all had any experiences other than a paranormal, like, such as crypto or any, like, UFO encounters or alien encounters or anything like that?
Well, at band camp, I got probed.
All right. Okay, people, we're going to extend this show for another hour while we just...
Hold on, I got to hear this.
This just turned into therapy.
I'll show you on the Kindle where they touched me. But, I mean...
Okay, folks. We're not condoning racism, incest, or molestation.
Murder, molestation. Well, let's just go ahead and throw drugs in there. We'll go ahead and get the whole trinity of everything. We covered all the bases. I of course, look up at the sky and I see strange things. I still say, either, here, I'll tie in the drug thing. Either I was 7 years old and on acid, or I saw a UFO fly over me.
Okay.
Because it was just a strange aspect. I looked in the sky, and there was just something very, very odd and very strange. It had no real sounds, and it was an odd light formation. Outside of that, I was a young kid, though, so I could have been partially imagining something. Maybe it was a duck or a flock of geese or something, and a street lamp was shining off of them. I don't know. Obviously looking up into the skies, you see things moving around, as far as being definitive as saying that's a UFO or I see an alien, other than at least one of my exes. I'm pretty sure she was an alien. At least that's what she told me when I first met her. So, I'm not going to say no. I mean, like the quote that Dan said a little earlier from Contact, it's just be a giant waste of space if there is nothing out there. So I'm a skeptical believer in that aspect of it. One of the things that got me into lures as a kid of, running around Florida and growing up. I mean, they have a lot of swamps and things like that. And, one of the first things I went chasing after like a giant idiot in the middle of woods I probably shouldn't have been chasing anything after, was because I saw something dart across the street into the woods that I didn't know what the hell it was, and it was a little bit bigger than anything I thought of. So, I do believe there's strange animals out there that, we haven't seen or that's been hiding from us or even mutated. I mean, biology has mutations all the time, and that's basically how we're the humans that we are now. So, cryptos and UFOs, I mean, even though I don't actively go seek them or whatnot, I am interested in it, and I do watch videos and read articles and magazines and stuff like that, that talk about those things.
Yeah, I have to find. I say I find it fascinating, just because I don't want to believe that we're the only species out here. I think that's awfully egotistical of us.
Yeah,
like we're the shit.
I mean, I am, but the rest of you, it's up to you. I don't know.
Honestly, I would have to say there was an interesting experience I had a couple of years ago, actually. This was when I was married to my ex-wife. We were driving back up from El Paso going across New Mexico. And she and I both were just flabbergasted. There were like a trio of lights, I think, like red, blue, and green maybe or something. I can't remember. But I remember they were all separate, and it was literally came over us, I would say probably within 20 feet above us, not a sound, and then they converged and went straight up. Now, was that a UFO? Was that something, maybe it was a couple drones? I don't know. Mm-hmm. But it was definitely an interesting experience. At the time, she and I were like, oh my God, we just saw a UFO. I mean, seriously, it was, I have never since that time or before seen anything like that. It was definitely interesting. I mean, if it had just been me, I'm like, okay, it's just my mind playing tricks. But, she witnessed it too. We both watched it at the same time happen. We're like, holy shit, what was that? And this was just a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
2-3 years ago, yeah.
Have any of you two worked with anyone that, that claims they have psychic abilities, and if so, were they able to, help you on a case?
I haven't really used or, worked around too much with psychics or mediums. I have known some in the past, and I mean, I'm friends with some now. But I mean, as far as working an actual investigation or anything, I haven't. But I've known a couple people that worked with some that were fairly accurate. I'm typically skeptical about those things just because it's difficult to kind of prove. But I don't want to just call people out and say you're a big fat liar. But it's so. I had some friends that were just as skeptical as I am, and they had a couple experiences that they told me about, and of course I always try reaching out to them because if nothing else, I'd love to just have a conversation with them. But I'm always interested to kind of see if someone does have the abilities or something like that. I have had random people who apparently were psychic that, had some interesting knowledge that either they were just really crazy and did a lot of research in a lot deeper aspect that most people wouldn't, or maybe they really did have the gift. I don't, it was pretty interesting on that part, but
No, obviously I've never worked with anybody like that because I've never done it. But yeah, I have met people who claimed to be, and had some interesting stories, like Stephen was saying. It's like, okay, anything is possible. I think, like I said, I try to keep an open mind about everything. I may not necessarily believe it or buy into it. I mean, not talking about just a psychic thing. I'm talking about a multitude of things. But I always keep an open mind, and I'll listen, and I'll respect it.
I mean,
whether I agree with it or not.
And I do believe that, at some point or another, everybody kind of has that spark of brilliance of some sort of intuition or, insight that they shouldn't typically have, or recall that they typically can't have. But I mean, that's like a random spot, where it's like, hey, I'm driving down the road. I want to make this left. I don't know. Something feels weird about that left. I'll make the next left. And there's a car accident over there that you would have been involved in or something. I think everybody kind of has those kind of situations and issues. But I think it's much rarer to have something along the lines of, they're psychic or they're a medium and they can, gain knowledge or, gain intuition that they shouldn't gain on a regular basis. A lot of people that I have known that I kind of believe a little more towards are usually people who had those near-death experiences or actually died on a table for a little while and were brought back. Those I tend to be a little more believable towards, not always, but, biology and neurology is a very complex and strange thing. I don't want to try to pretend I know a lot about, but from my understanding, it's like a brain reset. So it's all electricity and stuff. So when they're shocking you and bringing her back, I can see the realm of possibility of something like that kind of happening to certain people.
Okay. Well,
have we rambled off enough for you?
That was very insightful and very educational, and I've learned a lot.
Full of shit.
That's why I have brown eyes.
That's just why I don't. I got blue.
Well, I don't, but I still ramble it off as if I do.
Well, I ask y'all
that way, though.
Hey, it's been great having you all on the show. I've got to get y'all back on sometime next year if y'all don't mind. Like I said, we got questions we didn't even get to ask that had such a great time with you all. After having a shitty show last week, man, we needed this.
For real.
It's back in the game.
Well, I like the idea of not getting the questions. I'd save that for next time,
There you go.
Keep them wanting more.
Yeah, that's right. Keep them wanting more. They keep coming back.
I think Genghis Khan said that best.
Yeah. So, what's y'all's plans for the rest of 2018? Any projects or anything that y'all working on that y'all can talk about?
Yeah. So Saturday, like we mentioned, we're going to be doing the Outlaw and Lawman Jail Museum up in Cripple Creek, Colorado. We're kind of going to throw some live aspects. We're not going to do the whole thing. It's just be too long to have the whole thing streaming. But, bits and pieces, like when we're doing stuff, we're starting to get some responses or something, we're going to try to jump on live for that. New Year's, we're actually going to be going to the Volushka Axe Murder House. And we're going to try to do...
Yeah, Volushka.
Volushka, there you go. I can't speak Midwestern either, so...
It's one of the Native American names, trust me.
Hey, hold on now. Wait a second. I can speak good. But yeah, we're going to do live on New Year's Eve, kind of that way. We're going to try to do our best to kind of do mostly live streaming through the whole thing of that. Just, because it's a gimmick and people tend to like that. It's something that Aaron really was behind, and he really likes to go into live stuff. So, he's going to be there with us, and I if he throws an idea out there, I'm all for it, So he had some success. He really likes that. I don't mind going live. I think it's kind of fun. So hopefully, people who got nothing better to do on New Year's, maybe take a peek for a little bit. And then I'm just now starting a paranormal magazine that hopefully at the beginning of next year I'll have everything put together to start officially rolling that out.
Yeah, just don't expect any New Year's kisses.
That's the whole reason I was doing this, dude. Come on.
Oh.
Damn. Well, guys, we're almost out of time. Like I said, I appreciate y'all coming on the show. It's been great. It's been an honor, and it's been fun. And if there's any way people could get a hold of you, as far as email, Facebook, or something like that, any contact information you want to put out there, floor is yours.
Yeah, so we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Supernatural Serenity, I believe Twitter's like Soup Sir, because they limitation on that. We do have a Gmail if you want to direct email us. It's supernaturalserenity@gmail. And we do have a YouTube, but we really don't use that. But if you want to go search Supernatural Serenity there, you'll probably find that too.
Well, we don't use it that much now, but once we get some footage, maybe we'll throw some on there. Besides Facebook and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, we try to be as active as possible across all mediums.
Oh, okay.
Never know.
That's me. I got so much shit out there, so many places I can't keep up. Oh, God.
Yeah. If you're on something, just type in Supernatural Serenity. Hopefully we'll pop up. If not, let us know. We'll put it on there for you.
Well, guys, I'll let you go. And again, thank y'all for your service. Thank y'all for coming on the show. It's been great. And I'll hit y'all up. I'll hit Aaron or you all up and see if we get y'all back on, sometime, maybe in the spring. And, we'll ask more questions.
Or attempt to ask more questions, yeah.
Well, that doesn't mean we're going to answer them all.
I love that guy. Fuck you. Just because you asked it don't mean I'm going to fucking answer.
No, see, next time we're just going to give one-word answers, and that'll be it.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm going to go real slow. So, have you ever experienced this? Yes. Can you elaborate? No. I'll be like, this is going to be great, ain't it? Yes.
You got to keep them guessing, right?
Be like, we have to have a third show just so we can find out what they're saying in the second one.
The third one will just be silence the whole time. It's grunting. Oh.
Yeah.
Like, are they on there?
They'll be like, oh my gosh, what happened? I pissed them off. I'm bad to eat dog.
I'm just thinking of Family Guy where the two guys are grunting like,
That's all they're doing, clearing their slur, but I can't even talk. That's fine. Get it out there, big guy. It's a hard work. Well, guys, I do. I appreciate y'all coming on the show. And like I said, I'll work out something, get y'all back, and if there's anything else y'all like to add to, before y'all leave, just you have the floor.
Oh, no, it's been a pleasure. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And, I'm looking forward to the next time.
Yeah, it's been great. I've had a lot of fun. Thanks for having us.
Oh, y'all more than welcome. Thank y'all for coming on the show, and you all have a happy and safe giving. And y'all need anything, just give us a shout.
All right, thank you. Yeah, you have a great Thanksgiving as well.
Okay.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
You want to say bye to? Hey, she's got the sexiest goodbye. You got to hear this. Tell them goodbye. Oh, you boys are going to have dreams over this shit.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, tell them goodbye or good night or something.
I always think about good night, everyone.
Well, do the sexy one. I like the sexy one.
Good night.
Well, you got to wait till they quit.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night. They see.
He's going to be like, well, I'm getting off here and going to get Kleenex. Where's the Jergens lotion?
Oh, my gosh.
Well, don't waste the good lotion.
Time to get the dollar store brand out, huh?
Exactly. That's what it's there for.
You know, stuff's got a little grit to it, you know.
Get that friction.
No two parts up here.
Yeah, opens up the pores and everything else.
It burns so good.
And then when you go take a piss, you're like, why is my pecker on fire? That goddamn lotion's why.
It dried up too fast, that's why.
And then you have to use other lotion to heal that.
Just rub some dirt on it, you'll be fine.
Well, guys, again, I thank y'all so much, and I'll let y'all go, and I'd like to have a happy Thanksgiving, and have a great weekend, y'all.
Thank you. You
You
too.
as
It's
well.
been a
Thank you.
blast.
Okay, y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Well, I want to thank, what's their names again?
Are you serious?
I don't think I have it. Yeah, I got it wrote down.
Dan and Jay.
There we go. I done forgot their names. It's Buddy 1 and Buddy 2 to me. I want to thank Dan Box and Jay Wyrick for of Supernatural Serenity for coming on the show. Like I said, I had nothing but respect for them and the hard job they're doing out there. And we welcome them back anytime. Like I said, we're going to try to get them back on so we can, try to ask more questions. Just want to let everybody know, me and Melinda are going to take a couple weeks off for the holidays, and we'll be back Thursday, December 6th at 10 p.m., and we'll be speaking with alien abductee Calvin Parker, which I'm so excited about that show.
Yeah.
Y'all don't want to miss that. It's a truly amazing story. So everyone have a happy and safe Thanksgiving, and everyone have a good night, and we have nothing but love for you. Now you get to tell them good night.
Good night, everyone.
Lord, I had dreams about this shit. Y'all be good. That's it for us tonight. I want to thank everyone that took the time to listen in. I'd like to give a big shout out to the Vibe Radio Network and to Ryan for putting up with us. Also to all the first responders and our men and women in the armed services. Thank you for your service and the sacrifices that you and your families make every day to keep our great nation safe. Tune in next week to another exciting show starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everyone can go to our Facebook page Within the Chaos, and don't forget to like our page to see upcoming guests along with past shows, postings, or you can also go to my website at www.blackdiamondps.org or blogtalkradio.com/Vibe Radio Network. Also, we have a YouTube channel, so go to YouTube, look up Within the Chaos for past shows. Thanks again. Until next week, everyone have a safe weekend and have a good night. And love you all. Be careful out there.
I'm sorry. But I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, or what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
Holiday your heart out at Old Navy. Today only, all of Old Navy's cozy sleepwear is 50% off. Plus, get 40% off your entire purchase now at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Sleepwear valid 11/16, 40% valid 11/15 to 11/20. Exclusions apply. See store for details. Holiday your heart out at Old Navy. Today only, all of Old Navy's cozy sleepwear is 50% off. Plus, get 40% off your entire purchase now at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Sleepwear valid 11/16, 40% valid 11/15 to 11/20. Exclusions apply. See store for details.